So here it is, PRL Turbo Kit for an 8th Gen Civic Si. So what I want to do is I want to provide not really an unboxing. There's enough of those on the internet, but I want to show everybody what's actually included in the kit and kind of go through a couple things that that you might want to consider when buying the kit to also purchase. So first I'll kind of go through everything that's in the kit, what came out of the boxes. The boxes were packaged very well. Everything was completely bubble wrapped. I think I have enough bubble wrap in these two boxes to last me the rest of my life. So everything packaged very, very well. Initially I got 3 boxes from PRL. So the 3 boxes that you see there, and then the turbo came separately. So PRL kind of outsourced their turbo. Whenever you order the kit, they order the turbo through another company, and it came in about 2 days after the actual kit came from PRL. I do have to say that PRL said that it would be 7 to 10 business days to make the kit. I think it shipped out within 48 hours. So when they said 7 to 10 days, that it took a lot less than that. And it shipped out in 48 hours, and I think I had it at my house within about 5 days of ordering it. So let's go through a couple things. You obviously get a blow-off valve. I'll show you that. I've already kind of assembled some of this kit, so not everything's in the box. But you get a blow-off valve. You get all the different T-band fittings. You get a whole bunch of hardware type stuff. Let's see. So we got all the vacuum lines. We got all the heat shield. There it is. There's a V-band clamp with the turbo bolts and the exhaust pipe where it bolts up to either your stock exhaust or your catback system. So I went with a Garrett 3071 GTX Gen 2. Now the kit did come with an oil restrictor. I already put that on. It did not come with the turbo blanket, but it came with an oil restrictor and a hard line. Came with a drainage line. Now the drainage line does have an end that looks to screw right into your drain plug. I already have a turbo kit on my car. I have a Greddy, a highly modified Greddy kit that I'm going to be replacing. And in the course of modifying the Greddy kit, I actually had the bung welded onto the pan, so I'm just going to use that bung. Comes with heat tape, dump tube, 2 filter, 1 for your breather, 1 for your actual intake, all your intake stuff, your bumper bar, intercooler. So I'm going to try to get a good picture of this. I haven't fit this up to a car yet, but one thing about the PRL kit is it does not come with any type of instructions. So what I did is I went online and I tried to find as many pictures as I possibly could, either from PRL or from people that have installed it, to kind of just figure out where all the intercooler piping went and what couplers went to where. So I'll kind of walk it through. There's a bunch of these, I don't know, what would you call them, 3-inch couplers. So a 3-inch coupler there. I'm just going to show you all the different bends in the tubes. So if you're trying to install this, then you can just look at your tubes and figure out where they go. So this is the tube that comes out of the intercooler and up to the throttle body. That, the intake temperature sensor, they supplied that. There's the blow-off valve that I referenced earlier. So that will sit right on top of the engine, according to the photos. And then it's going to go back, do a 90-degree bend, like that, and go directly into the turbo from the 90-degree bend. The wastegate did come with, I forget what it is, what the poundage was in it. I got with the individual that I'm having tune the vehicle. He said that he recommends 7-pound springs, so I did take apart the wastegate and put, I believe, the red spring and then the neutral spring, which the neutral spring is 1.5. So it's actually 7.5 pounds, what I have it set to right now. So I'll get into a couple considerations when you're ordering from PRL, what to think about. So when I called PRL, it's my fault. I didn't explain myself properly, but I did say, hey, I need a bung for the wideband. So they threw that on there. I think it's a $50 charge, but they threw the bung for the wideband on there. So on this downpipe, they put the bung pretty low. So I'm no tuner, I'm no professional at this, but everybody that I talk to and everything that I know about a wideband is you want it as close to the turbo as possible. So in hindsight, when I asked them to put that on there, I would have had them put it up more towards where it actually mounts to the turbo, in hindsight. And then, so I didn't explain it that well. I only need two. I deleted my post-cat O2 sensor out of the car. So it did come with two. It came with the pre and the post-cat if you want to put both O2 sensor back into your car. I don't know why, because it's definitely not going to see the difference that it needs to see between your pre-cat and your post-cat O2 sensor. So the way that the car works in your pre-cat O2 sensor, it picks up how much fuel, unburnt hydrocarbon are left in the exhaust. It's supposed to go through a cat, and then your post O2 sensor is supposed to pick up a lot different reading because your cat neutralizes a lot of the NOx and unburnt hydrocarbons. If you plug both of your O2 sensor into here, it's not going to sense that difference because there is no cat, and it's probably going to throw a check engine light. So I would just delete the post-cat O2 sensor. I'm going to have to find a plug and plug that. I got the 3-inch. I'm a little worried about this, but I talked to PRL on the phone. It looks correct. So I have a full race 3-inch exhaust, and it looks like that's going to bolt right up. So hopefully, cross our fingers, looks like it'll bolt right up. What you don't see in this kit is any type of gaskets. Sorry, any type of gaskets. So PRL does not supply a gasket for the manifold. There's no gasket for the manifold where it bolts to the head. And then additionally, there's no gasket for where the turbo bolts to the manifold. I called them up. They said that they suggest just using high temp RTV. Not really sure how that's going to work on the flange that bolts to the head, RTVing that. If I ever have to take it off, that is going to be an absolute pain to reach up there and clean. So I might go through Honda, or I might go to a local auto parts store and see what I can find for a gasket for that. But we'll just have to see. So I think that covers all that. Another consideration on when you're ordering this kit. So I got a liquid cooled turbo, the GTX Gen 2 3071R. So it's liquid cooled. PRL does not supply the coolant lines for that. They said on the phone there's just too many variation of the way people want to mount them and where they want them to plumb in at. Luckily, the turbo that I have on my modified Greddy kit, I already have the coolant pipe plumbing for that, so I'm just going to use what I have. Other than that, it's a pretty complete kit. I already have the injectors, I already have a clutch in the car, I already have a fuel pump in the car, things like that. I already had the Flash Pro, so I didn't order the kit with all that, but if you're ordering those, then you know exactly what you're getting. I can say that you might have to buy just a couple odds and ends here and there. So I was planning on taking some time off work right when this turbo kit came in, when it was due to be delivered. I was going to take time off work, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't, because the turbo didn't arrive for a couple more days. And then I wanted to take my time and piece everything together. But this should be going on the car here shortly. So once I get the car in and all the Greddy stuff pulled off, I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison a little bit with the Greddy kit. It's kind of unfair to Greddy, because Greddy is a cheaper kit, but like I said, mine is modified, so it'd be nice to put at least a manifold side-by-side and kind of show what PRL offers compared to Greddy. I know my garage is a mess. Thanks for not saying anything in the comments. If you're here to see a clean garage, you're in the wrong video. So I appreciate your time. If you want to see anything else, or if you have any question on how the install went or anything like that, I'll try to throw a link in here somewhere. I am not YouTube savvy. So in the description, I'll try to throw a link on to when I installed it. I'll probably do a small video on that. Not how to install it, but kind of just showing everybody how all the plumbing went and how I bolted everything up. to help anybody that's trying to do this in their garage. And then I'll probably do an after video on how I like it compared to the Greddy kit. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. Take care.